Hi, everybody. Welcome to Life Stories. I'm so glad that you're here. Today on the podcast, I speak with Lacey Catarino, who began a nonprofit almost 10 years ago called the Clean Love Project. And the Clean Love Project provides personal hygiene products for women and young girls. They want them to feel provided for and empowered. And these seem like basic needs to many of us, but they're very important to people who don't have access to them. And I love what she's doing. I love why she started this project and that she just couldn't look away. She knew there was something she needed to do. And she explains it all in our conversation. The word of the week this week is kind of a couple of words.
It's the word of the week.
The words of the week this week are pay attention. Are you paying attention to the people around you and the needs around you? Or are you like me who often just gets busy and focused on what I need to do? But every day we interact with people at the grocery store, at the gas station, at work, wherever we are, we interact with people that are probably hurting, that probably have needs, that probably could use a smile or a word of encouragement. And are we paying attention to those people? Lacey was paying attention. Something got her attention, and she knew she had to do something. It tugged at her heart that much. And I hope that I will be better about this. I hope that you will be better about this and pay attention to the people around us, because something very simple, it may seem like a big need to somebody else, but it may be simple to us, something that we can do to help. And if we would all do that, what an incredible world we would have. Thank you for listening today. I hope you have a great day. Really, what I wanted to do was I wanted you to tell me about the Clean Love Project and why you started it, because I know you were the one that started it, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So why did you ever want to do something like that? I think it's a beautiful organization.
Sure. So I actually witnessed a person experiencing homelessness
Mm-hmm.
downtown. One of my girlfriends and I were down there for a Lions game, and we were walking back to our car, and we saw this girl sitting up against a building with blood-stained pants.
Uh,
And it was pretty looked old, like it was been there for a while, and she was just kind of in a daze, like staring up, and there's just people passing by her. There's a big event
yeah,
downtown. So that is the moment that I was like, "Oh my gosh,
yeah,
how is this happening?" And she didn't have the means to help herself. So my friend and I did not help that particular person.
mm-hmm.
Um, but that day is the day that something just kind of clicked in me, and I was like, you know what, I need to do something
Yeah,
um because I'm able to, and I want to, and I'm always for helping people. And so that's the day in 2015 is
mm-hmm.
when the Clean Love Project wasn't started, but it was.
Right.
I didn't know that it was gonna become the Clean Love Project.
Mm-hmm.
So, I basically went home, I was like, "I'm gonna put some hygiene kits together," and, kinda just put a thing out on Facebook like, "Hey, does anybody wanna help? I'm gonna put some kits together and go hand them out downtown." And it's crazy to me because people don't know people wanna help, but they don't know how, until
Right.
it's like it's presented to them. So there's people that sent me products, sent me money, like people I hadn't seen in years.
Right.
But I'm Facebook friends with them. And so anyway, we collected a bunch of product and money and bought more product. And so instead of me putting just 20 kits together in 2015, it ended up 250 kits.
Wow.
Yeah. So we did it around Christmas time. So we collected for a couple months, and then we put them all together around Christmas and went and distributed them around downtown, but at shelters
Yeah.
too. So yeah, from then on to the next year, people, the same people and more people were like, "Hey,
Right.
let me know when you're gonna do this again." And we really did it just the one time in 2015, and then, um, kind of similar in 2016. It was like, we'll do it the one time closer to Christmas again in 2016, and people were just like reaching out and sending donations and money, and so that year we put 500 kits together, so
Wow. Yeah.
doubled.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And so then 2017, it just grew so fast
Yeah.
that the end of 2017 is when I was like, I think we need to turn this into a nonprofit
Yeah.
because a couple of my close friends were willing to be on my board as
Mhm.
my board of directors. So creating a nonprofit, we're 501c3, November of 2017 with a
Wow.
board. And 2017, we assembled 1,000 kits.
Wow.
So since 2015, we have assembled and distributed 48,000 plus kits.
Wow.
So this year we're going to exceed 50,000 kits. Yeah,
That's
and
incredible.
our goal this year is to distribute 10,000 kits alone.
Oh my
So,
goodness. So
yeah,
tell
and
me,
we're embarking on our 10th year, so this is, like, huge for
that's
us of service.
amazing. Amazing. Tell me what you put in your kits.
So our kits include, in a gallon Ziploc bag,
Mhm.
a zipper pouch, a toothbrush, a toothpaste, a deodorant, a pair of socks, wipes or hand sanitizer, and 10 tampons and 5 pads. So there's 8 essential items in there. They could include things like hair ties, combs, and other
Right.
small things like that if they're donated, but the first 8 items are what are in every kit that we distribute.
Okay.
So
I was talking to my husband about this, and I thought, when I think of, and I haven't worked with the homeless, but when I think of providing needs for the homeless or people in shelters, you think of shelter and food and
mhm,
clothing. Wouldn't even occur to me. I mean, socks,
right.
maybe tissues or something. You don't think about women being in those
It's a
situations.
very You're right. It's a very, uh, the items that we provide are the least amount donated. So
Right.
tampons and pads and socks
Yeah.
are the main things when if you call up to a shelter today and ask, what's needed the most, they would basically say pads and tampon, or I'm sorry,
Yeah.
they would basically say pads and socks.
Yeah.
A lot of places don't like to take tampons for plumbing reasons and
Right.
personal reasons
Right.
and religious reasons and things like that. So
Yes.
um so yeah, it's crazy to me too because we when initially started this, I had a lot more items in the kits,
Mhm.
but it was like 12, 13 items. And over the years, we scaled it down to these items that we currently put in them
Right.
um, by asking, our community partners who are the shelters,
Mhm.
transitional housing programs, food pantries, school districts, and resource centers, what is the main need,
Yeah.
so we got it down to these 8 products, so
I think that's just wonderful because even we've donated things before for different drives and coats, and I've never even heard of people asking. And I don't know why I'm a woman. I should
right,
think of this. Like it's kind of something that happens every month. It's not like it's
and you
a,
know what? There are more women in shelters than there are
yeah,
men, so there's a lot of men on the streets, so
yeah,
that's why, when I first started this, it was me and one other
mhm,
distributing them out on the streets, but we couldn't find many women out on the streets. It was
yeah,
we would go to shelters and, ask, "Would you want, a box of these kits?" And they're like, "Absolutely." So,
yeah,
that's how we, as Clean Love started partnering with organizations that have distribution programs. So
uh-huh,
we as an organization do not have a distribution program, we distribute to the organizations that do.
Oh,
So
okay.
we're able to reach more women that way rather than going to hand them out on the street
Right.
um, or what have you. So we partner with over 50 organizations a year, and they're able to reach the ladies that need the kits the most. So,
That's awesome. That's one thing I was going to ask you is how they were distributed. But y'all have
yep,
places that you send the stuff to.
we do. We have um, places that we go to more than once, and then we
Uh-huh.
also have places that just ask for one time. But
Yeah.
we have a link on our website where you can request kits. So
Okay.
if you're an organization, you go on the link and you request up to 12 boxes of kits, which I believe have about 30 kits per
Okay.
box,
Yeah.
give or take.
Yeah.
And then once we have kits available, which is 4 times per year,
Uh-huh.
we have the board members distribute throughout the
Okay.
Metro Detroit area.
Okay.
So,
And I saw that y'all do kit hosting parties. Like, is that for people to put
yep.
together kits? So how does that
So,
work?
yep. So, that is at our Clean Love headquarters, which is my residence. We have
Uh-huh.
we have a pole barn in our backyard, which
Oh.
is a very large space that
Uh-huh.
we're able to use, and I'm grateful for that because it really helps
Yeah.
not having to rent a space to do
Yes.
that. So,
Or have your dining room table covered with
and that's
everything.
what it looked like. That's what it looked like at first, the
Yeah.
first couple of years. So, but yes, quarterly we have an event each quarter. We have Eventbrite signups. It's 30 to 50 people are usually here volunteering, and we put 2,000 kids together at each event.
Oh my goodness.
So it's literally just like an assembly line. We
Yeah.
set the products up. Everybody is, filling the kits, or they're making sure the products are continuously being refilled in the
Right.
containers. And so, yeah, and it's
I
a
love that.
3 hour long event
Yeah.
4 times a year. Yeah.
I love it.
Like our kits are just like, they're such a small thing, but there's 8 essential items in there that you don't think
Yes.
about on a daily basis. You and
No.
I, we don't think about not
No.
having a toothbrush or deodorant, or,
Right.
tampons and pads are the big thing once a
Right.
month. Like if you're leaving a situation, an unfortunate situation with nothing, and you are ending up at a shelter or a transitional housing program
Mhm.
with nothing, and then you receive this kit with a couple small things, it's going to restore some dignity and
Absolutely.
hopefully help them. Part of our mission is to help women feel clean, loved, and empowered, and
Yes.
the way we do that is to distribute these kits. So yeah, we we partner with shelters
Mhm.
that distribute these kits to domestic violence survivors and trafficking survivors, and so now, and that was our first couple organizations, and now it's branched out to a lot other places, and
Yeah.
we help school districts and kids. Like that blew up during COVID, actually, the school districts.
Oh, wow.
So because the schools were closed, but they would, or like they're at home doing at
Right.
home work, right? And so then they
Right.
would still have like a food distribution line, because the
Uh-huh.
kids who got free lunch, now they're not
Right.
at school getting their free lunch. So the schools would have a food distribution line. And so our kits in a few of the school districts would be handed out during
Oh, yeah.
those lines, and the moms could get one too. Not just the female students, the moms could take one if they wanted to.
Yeah.
So yeah, we really kind of exploded with the schools during COVID, and now we're just, you know, so basically we help any woman or girl that's in need. Like you don't
Yeah.
have to be in a shelter, you don't have to be homeless. If you need something and you are not able to afford it or obtain it, yourself, then we're here to to help and provide that for you, you know.
Right. And it's something so simple to us. It's something so small,
Mhm.
but gosh, I'm sure it is so huge to these women that don't just have access.
So right now, we do some little things like little campaigns every now and
Mhm.
again. February is called the Plus One campaign. So
Right.
add you can either purchase off our Amazon wish list and it comes right
Mhm.
to us, or
Right.
add like a box of tampons or pads or whatever you'd like
Right.
to your online order, or you're at the grocery store and then ship it to our PO box, and
Yeah.
that really helps. That's throughout the month of February because it's showing some love.
Love.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
And it that works out well because we'll our first event of each year is usually the end of February, so we
Uh-huh.
collect for that event.
Yeah.
Yeah, so plus one campaign works out well.
And Amazon is it's so much easier just to
Oh my gosh.
just click.
Mhm.
Is there anything else you want to tell me? What is your favorite thing about what you're doing? I mean, you
Um,
don't get to really interact with the people that you're helping much.
no, that's the one part that I wish we could do more of.
Yeah.
Since we partner with organizations that distribute our kits,
Hmm.
we, our job is done when we deliver them to X organization,
Right.
and then
Right.
they distribute them out. So we actually, if we get the opportunity to distribute like at a food distribution line,
Yeah.
at a church or wherever one may be,
Yeah.
I've done those a handful of times, and it's great because people are driving through
Mhm.
and or walking up, and you get to actually hand the
Yeah.
kits to these people, and it just is very heartwarming, and they're very appreciative, and that's what it's all about because you get to see, them receive it,
Right.
and you're like, this is why I'm doing it.
Yeah.
So,
Well, these organizations all over doing
yeah, that's
amazing things.
awesome.
So I love getting to learn about them and then talk to the people. So I appreciate you talking
Absolutely.
to me. After
Yeah.
all that, that was my
Thanks
point.
for reaching out. Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. Well, I wish y'all well, and I will be donating. And I swear, every time I go to Walmart to get stuff, you're going to be on my mind when I walk down that
Well, thank
aisle.
you.
Well, thank you. I hope you have a wonderful afternoon. I hope your boy gets his nap.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. Talk to you later.
All right.
Bye
Talk to
bye.
you later. Bye.